Bigo, tune in for sure. Business matters, they run a whole flow. Streaming every night, they never take a break. Making moves online, no time for mistakes. Bigo.
Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
Okay, so get this. There's this app, right? It's called Bigo Live,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
and it has over 400 million users worldwide.
Wow, 400 million. That's huge.
I know, right? And they just celebrated their 8th anniversary.
8 years.
8 years. It's crazy.
So, what is it? What do they do?
Well, it's a live streaming app, primarily.
Live streaming, okay.
But that's where it gets interesting. Because when you hear live streaming, do you automatically think dating app?
I mean, not really.
Neither. But that's what we're going to try to unpack today.
Sounds juicy.
Yeah. We've got a ton of articles, some research papers, even a couple of interviews, I think, to really get to the bottom of what Bigo Live is all about.
Well, let's dive in.
All right, so first things first, what can you actually do on this Bigo Live thing? I've been looking at our sources, and it seems like they have a little bit of everything. You can sing, you can dance.
So like a talent show kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of. But there's more. There's gaming, even educational content. People are teaching English on there.
Really?
Yeah, wild, right? And you can chat with other viewers, send virtual gifts to the streamers.
Virtual gifts?
Yeah, like a digital tip jar, basically. You know, you can even connect one-on-one with the people broadcasting.
Interesting.
And here's the thing. It's not just about, killing time. People are actually making real friends on this app, which I think is amazing, especially if you're someone who maybe isn't the most outgoing in person.
Yeah, I can see that.
Building confidence by broadcasting to the world, finding your people without even having to leave your house.
It's like a whole virtual community.
Exactly. And one of our sources actually talks about how Bigo Live can help people expand their social circle, especially those who might be a bit shy in real life.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right. And then another source mentions these educational live streams, like I was saying earlier. People are sharing their expertise on all sorts of things.
That's really cool. Like a global classroom.
It is. It's pretty awesome. So now we're talking live entertainment, social connection, educational content. It's starting to sound like Bigo Live is a lot more than just a way to kill time.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's address the elephant in the room.
Okay, the elephant. What is it?
Why do some people see this as a dating app? I mean, it's not like you're swiping right or left, right?
No, not really.
So what gives?
Yeah, good question. I mean, it's not like there are any typical dating app features, like they don't have those profile matching things or algorithms or whatever.
Right.
But you are right. Some people definitely use it to find romantic connections. And it makes sense when you think about it. Like you can video chat one-on-one. You can follow users that you think are interesting, and there's obviously the messaging feature.
So you're saying even though it's not technically for dating, you can still find yourself
Catching feelings.
Yeah, because you're actually interacting with real people in real time.
Right, exactly. It's all about those connections that just happen naturally.
It's pretty interesting when you think about it, And speaking of interesting, forget those monthly fees that, other apps hit you with.
Oh, yeah.
Bigo Live's whole financial model is totally different.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the key to why it feels so much more authentic.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more. So Bigo Live, they make their money mostly from these virtual gifts and in-app purchases.
Okay.
And it's really fascinating how this kind of changes things, Like, think about it. Instead of paying to boost your profile or swiping endlessly like you do on some other apps, you're rewarding someone for being themselves, for their personality, their talent, their content.
Oh, I see, yeah.
It's a whole different way of connecting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it might actually be more authentic than traditional dating apps because of that,
More authentic? How so?
Well, you're not just looking at a profile, right? Like a carefully curated, version of themselves. You're seeing them live.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real time.
Exactly. Real time. And to be able to handle all those live video streams from millions of users all at the same time, that takes some serious tech.
Oh, yeah. I bet
They've got these content delivery networks, low latency streaming protocols, all this stuff.
Okay, you're losing me a little with the tech jargon, but I get it. It's impressive.
It is. It is. And because of that technology, you get these genuine interactions that just aren't possible on those other apps.
Yeah.
Where everything's static,
Right, yeah.
And speaking of genuine connections, it brings us back to this whole dating app question. If you look at Tinder, Bumble, all those apps, their whole purpose is matching people based on like specific things,
Yeah.
algorithms and stuff.
It feels kind of forced, though, sometimes, doesn't it? Like
Ah,
you're shopping for a partner based on a checklist.
exactly.
Yeah.
You said it. And that's the paradox. They try to make finding someone more efficient, but it ends up feeling less about actual connection.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Whereas with Bigo Live, it's about those shared moments. It's less about matching and more about just kind of discovering.
That's a good point.
And I think that's what leads to those sparks.
Okay, so I'm getting it now. It's not a dating app in the way we traditionally think of it, but it does create this space where romantic connections can, happen naturally.
Exactly. And that brings us back to that gray area we were talking about earlier, that blurring of the lines between what a dating app is and what a platform like Bigo Live is.
Right.
It really makes you think, it challenges how we define these things in this digital age. I mean, maybe this whole experience-based approach is the future of dating. What do you think?
That's a good question. Maybe we're moving away from the whole swipe left, swipe right thing toward something more, I don't know, fluid.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And Bigo Live is right at the forefront of that shift, It embraces that unpredictable, unscripted, that serendipitous part of connecting with other people.
Sounds like something we need to experience for ourselves.
It really does.
But before we jump on Bigo Live and start broadcasting our deep dive, let's wrap things up for our listeners. What's the main takeaway here? So after all that, is Bigo Live a dating app?
It's tricky, right? It's not a yes or no answer.
Right.
It's not built for dating like, say, Tinder or Bumble, but it has all these things that can lead to connections, romantic ones even.
Yeah.
It's just more organic, It happens naturally through shared experiences and stuff rather than profiles and algorithms.
I think that's what I like most about it,
Yeah.
that authenticity. It's not about pretending to be perfect.
Yeah.
Just being yourself and seeing where things go.
Exactly. And it makes you think, right? What if you were designing the perfect social app?
Yeah.
Would you take some inspiration from Bigo Live? Like those live interactions, the virtual gifts, that sense of community.
That's a really good question.
It is, because it shows how Bigo Live is really pushing the boundaries, It's not just connecting with people. It's about creating, sharing, even making money by just being talented.
Right.
It's like this little microcosm of where things are going online. We want authentic connection. We want to be creative. We want to belong, And Bigo Live is doing a pretty good job of bringing all that together.
Yeah, it is. So to our listeners out there, I think we encourage you to check out Bigo Live.
Definitely.
You might be surprised, find a new community, a hidden talent. Who knows?
Maybe even a spark with someone.
You never knew.
And hey, maybe you'll be inspired to create the next big social app.
Yeah, the one that takes everything great about Bigo Live and pushes it even further. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive into Bigo Live.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll see you next time.
Bigo, we on the grind. Business matters.